Hello everyone, welcome to the analysis of Hong Kong media system from Group 05A. Let's start. When it comes to Hong Kong media system, what do you think? Journalists run so fast on the freedom of expression? Based on 4 criteria, we think that it's a combination of democratic corporatist and a polarized pluralist with the intervention from mainland China. First, about the market and the circulation. By 2016, there were 52 daily newspapers and the daily circulation per 1,000 people has rose from 22.2 to 609 from 2000 to 2012, which means a strong market with large newspaper circulation. Second, concerning the political parallelism, most of newspapers have had their political stances even since 1960s. Roughly half pro-established like Singtel News and another half pro-democratic such as Apple Daily. So newspapers tend to be aligned with different political positions with historical strong relation to political parties. Next, Hong Kong Journalists Association in 2007 claimed a code of ethics for Hong Kong journalists which contains 11 regulations to conduct their behavior, which can be regarded as tradition of journalistic professionalism. Last, the government provides financial support, truly operates and intervenes newspapers, especially Chinese government, such as RTHK supported by Hong Kong government financially, South China Morning Post purchased by Jack Ma, and 1/3 of mainstream press controlled or given financial support by Chinese government. So Hong Kong and Chinese government both have a role in providing subsidies and latter exerts larger intervention on media system.
Hong Kong has a well-expanded system when it comes to media. Statistics retrieved from Government Hong Kong website in August 2016 show that there were 52 daily newspapers and 644 periodicals, including a number of electronic newspapers, 3 domestic free television program service licenses, 17 non-domestic television program service licenses, 1 government-funded public service broadcaster and 3 sound broadcasting licenses. The media in Hong Kong is very diversified. The time has gone when the media firms will only focus on core businesses. Hong Kong is also home to many Asia's big media entities. Theoretically, Hong Kong is perceived to have a lot of press freedom, as it is guaranteed by a Bill of Rights. However, in the recent years, it has considerably fallen from World Press Freedom Index rank of 18 out of 180 countries in 2002 to 61st in 2014. Since Hong Kong is one of the biggest international financial centers, one more strength of the Hong Kong media is its wide range of editorial material which is aimed at a broader audience. One of the most important things that make Hong Kong media even better is the support it is offered by the Government of Hong Kong. The Government of Hong Kong owns the Radio Television Hong Kong, that is the RTHK. It is a public broadcasting system in Hong Kong. This broadcasting system is funded by the government's allocations, unlike the other well-established broadcasting systems like BBC and the NHK, which are funded via a license-free system. This shows the extent offered by the government in media circulation and its efficiency in Hong Kong. These are the strengths of the Hong Kong media.
However, there are still shortcomings in Hong Kong media system. First, there are relatively close links between political parties and Hong Kong newspaper, which means the political components in Hong Kong media system exist. Hence, by the influence of political parties, some medias will make exaggerated propagandas and other things that do not respect the fact of the news. For example, in February 23, 2014, HKJA claimed that there were more than 6,000 people participating in the parade, which is 3 times as the real number. It is actually exaggerated the number of people in the parade to achieve some political purposes, which totally breaking the principle raised by itself. Second, because Hong Kong owners is a part of China, it is inevitably influenced by Chinese principles, which are all connected with the party. For example, in July 4, 2014, the executive of Minpao newspapers deleted reporting content of 1st July parade. He just tried to avoid the words universal suffrage, which the Communist Party of China may not like, which admittedly disobey the freedom of the press. There are more restrictions on Chinese journalists, and the press in Hong Kong seems to have more freedom, but sometimes may be influenced by the Communist Party of China. Third, although there is a tradition of journalistic professionalism and a code of ethics, there are also some examples of disobeying the principles. Take an example of what we have just mentioned, that in February 23, 2014, HKJA claimed that there were more than 6,000 people participating in the parade, which is 3 times as the real number, and it destroyed the ethical rules. To sum up, political components, Chinese influence, and the damage of ethical rules are the main weaknesses in Hong Kong news media.
Aiming at weakness, we come up with the following suggestions. To alleviate or even avoid the influence by the political force, Hong Kong's journalists should obey the ethics code strictly and make a clean break with the government and other political parties. To force journalists to obey the ethics code, legislation is imperative, which legally make journalists become more professional. Then, how to conquer the weakness? As we all know, triangle is the most stable system, and separation of 3 powers is a typical application of triangle. In today's Hong Kong, there are 4 powers in their roles. They are the government, the public, the press, and the other party. And the condition is government influences the press so much, journalists make some fake or exaggerated news. The public have too little power, and the other parties also influence or guide the press. And by the integrating strengths of the public and the other political parties, and by disclosing the ideal model of Hong Kong as shown, 3 powers take their roles. They are the government, the Journalist Supervision Association, which is composed of the representatives of the Hong Kong public and the members of other political parties, and lastly, the press industry. The government has the right to examine the association about their financial activities. Also, the government has the responsibility to disclose the misconduct of the association. The association unites the power of public and performs function of disclosing the activities of journalists, which disobey the ethics code of journalists. Those actions include making fake news and stretching the truth. The press has the right and also the ability to provide information, and in this model, which is more important, is to disclose dereliction done by the government. This model, we refuse to make Hong Kong's press a centralized system. 3 parts interact and balance with each other. It solves the puzzles of a too weak public power, absolute influence by the government, and journalist ethics problem. But it is just a model. How to realize it in reality and whether it fits Hong Kong is still uncertain. In addition to this model, we must establish a platform for expressing opinions freely, which is exactly the social sphere. In the short term, only the internet has the potential to play in this role, and because there isn't an organization with enough credibility to establish this platform, and the credibility index of almost all the newspapers dropped down since 2010, the press still has a long way to go to re-establish its credibility by disclosing and reporting objectively and making the public believe in it again.